Hi, welcome back. Welcome back to Irreverent Shaman. I am your Irreverent Shaman. I've gotten a lot of questions about people saying, what does irreverent mean? And that's a fair question. It's a weird word. What it means is weird. Honestly. Not okay with the status quo. Let's be excited about our lives tonight, and we are talking about I don't know, we'll see what happens. So let's get started. Normally I talk about yoni eggs a lot. Lately I've been talking about yoni eggs, and it's been a little while since we've chatted, so I kind of came to the end of what I could talk about with yoni eggs because I went through all of what do we talk about? All the crystals, how to use them, how not to use them. Make sure you got that long ass bomb ass video on how to use the yoni egg and what the heck is it and which one to pick, and how we talk about rose quartz and how we talk about jade. So those are the two that are on that video. But honestly, I want to talk about life in general, and I know it sounds like, dude, guys, let's talk about life. Let's just talk about life. Life is crazy. That is life. It's crazy. And shamanism is how we can start to make sense of it all. Because what it all comes back to is, what the heck am I doing here on this goddamn planet? That's what we do in shamanism. We use the whole world as a reflection of our inner purpose, as a way to understand ourselves and why we're here. None of this has anything to do with anyone else. That's the exciting thing. We're all here just to figure out who the hell we are. So, in light of figuring out who the hell we are, we're gonna pull cards. Hey. Cards are basically teensy tiny little mirrors. Who am I? Well, in this light, I'm Lakshmi. And in this light, I am Matt. I'm not sure exactly how to say that one. This set is from Doreen Virtue, which everybody knows is the Angel Lady, and yes, that's backwards. So, but these are the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards, which have shown me a lot about my life in my young 32 years. I've been using them since I was 28, I think. Yeah, so a good long time. So let's dive in. If you just go ahead, just because you're watching this on a recording, I know there's a lot of skeptics out there going, oh, you're so full of shit. I'm watching a recording. How are you gonna seriously try to even remotely predict what I'm about to feel right now? Okay. This has nothing to do with when I recorded it, or what I'm gonna say, or you're going to meet a lovely man who is also has a lovely brother, but he's gonna turn out to be gay, and whatever. Anyways, no, none of that. Okay, all you gotta do is trust. Oh, that's hard, isn't it? Because I'm talking about doing magical things, and you don't really believe me. That's fine. You don't have to believe me. Trust yourself that you will learn what you need to learn from this experience. And if there's nothing for you to learn from this experience, then you will not take anything away. No win, no loss, whatever. Okay. So we got that out of the way. So now check in with yourself, because you will not learn anything if you are not actually present with yourself. So just kind of check in with yourself. Notice that you're in your body. Bring it center. And if this is hard, there's your mirror. mirror isn't meant to tell us, oh, what's wrong with us, or what's right with us, what's good with us, what's bad. The mirror is, I don't understand. Once you hit that sort of elusive, escapey piece of I don't understand, that's when you found the gold. All right. So, I'm not going to be your typical card pulling YouTube person because I'm not going to do a spread. We're going to pull one card. Maybe we'll pull two. We'll see what falls out. I don't know. But here we go. Oh, here we go. Look at this one. Best. Independent. And it's backwards for you, so I'm going to read it forwards for me. So exciting. All right, best. Independent. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So if you're watching this going, oh my God, I just can't with life right now, you're not alone. First of all, we had that whole lunar eclipse thing that happened a couple weeks ago. So that's a mess. And lunar, how do I say this? Before I get off on too far of a tangent, lunar eclipses are very interesting animals. Now, the entirety of North America was able to experience a lunar eclipse in its fullness. That is a rare thing for all of a huge area to be able to see the entire moon get covered by the shadow of the Earth. Earth's shadow. And the moon is a version of the sun's shadow. Think about this. The moon doesn't have its own light. The moon reflects the sun. The sun is the masculine, the moon is the feminine. The entirety of North America was in the Earth's shadow, right? Reflecting, so angles and stuff of light. Gosh, okay. Sun, no. Normally, to the Earth, right? Sun is shining past the Earth to the moon. We are here seeing, oh, moon. Wait, we can't see moon. So, the feminine shadow, moon, covered by who we are, is coming to our mirror space. Everything around us is a reflection of who we are in one form or another. You can accept that reflection or you cannot accept that reflection. So when the moon was covered by this shadow, it is basically digging up the deepest shadow within us. And that proved, my friends, to be very tricky for a lot of people. Now, the divine feminine is on the rise. We're already in the throes of it. Everybody knows it. Hashtag me too, right? But we cannot matriarchize the same way they patriarchified. We're wiser. That's where this comes in. This may seem like, let's matriarchify the way they patriarchified. It's not exactly the same thing. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful. Okay. A, B, C, D. This is how I remember how to read my cards. I sing my ABCs to myself. Like the cat. Feline, feminine. We're already in that feminine space, but then again we're reading goddess cards, so clearly we're already consulting the goddess situation. Like the cat, you're fiercely independent, yet you also need affection and playful companions. Now is the time to balance your social interactions with solitude. While you may ask others for your opinions, ultimately you must make your own decisions. Your freedom and independence are top priorities. So ensure these characteristics are nurtured. Various meanings of this card. Spend time alone. Give yourself permission to play. Interesting. Ask for your needs to be met. Make your own decisions. Work with cats. Pay attention to your pet feline and or get a new cat. So, if you get a cat and you're allergic to cats, that is not my fault. You should know you're allergic to cats. That's your choice. Okay, that's my disclaimer. Back to the card. Okay. So the shadow of the divine feminine, can I even say that word? Is coming to light. So the divine feminine has been in the shadows for a long time. This isn't a good or bad thing. It's just a fact. And that women have been for a long time either dependent or required to be dependent, or it's assumed that they should be dependent. Independence. So the feminism that has arisen to this point has been a pushing independence. As in, they didn't have it. I'm talking about the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and even the early 2000s. It was a push. We're at the kind of the climax of that. And we are in a space of this. Look at this picture. She's not pushing. She's reveling. Okay? What we cannot do is revel and make others feel less than. That's the trick. We are owning it. And I don't mean own it like take it. I mean own it like you already have it. Just recognize that you have it. That's the card. Yeah, alright. So, what's next? Oh, I wanted to talk about shitting on yourself. That is my inspiration for the day. So, not shitting, shoulding. What are we supposed to be doing right now? What I wanted to, do you feel like there's something you're always supposed to do, or that you're missing out on, or that you're just always doing the wrong thing at the wrong time? And I was talking to a good friend of mine, and she's dealing with a lot of really tough things in her life right now, which I can't even imagine. But there was this air of, I'm in the wrong life. Now, coming from where I grew up, there was a right life and there was a wrong life. You were either in the right life or you're going to hell. So I get that. Now, she did not come from that background, but there was a right life and there was a wrong life. So I want you to ask yourself if you feel like there's this piece of you that is just saying, I have to do this because I should. That I have to do this or be this way or act this way or not talk this way or not do this or not do that. I want you to ask yourself, whose voice is that? Whose voice is that? Or if someone talks to you directly and says, you need to do this and this and this and this, who are they talking to? Are they talking to you, or are they talking to someone else? My sister has a great saying. I'll be in an argument with somebody and I'll relay some of the things that person said, and she goes, oh, they weren't talking to you. They were not talking to you at all. They were talking to somebody else. And that's like this, whew, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. They were talking to someone else, but they thought it was me. They thought they were talking to that person, but they were really talking to me. So we're good. I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna let go of my fear of failing somebody's weirdly placed ideals of what I should be doing. Yeah. So shoulding on yourself, is that something that you might be doing? Are you maybe concerned that if you don't do something in a certain way that somebody else thinks you should do, that you're kind of lifing wrong? I don't know. But there's more to it than this person says I'm wrong, that person says I'm wrong, that person says I'm wrong. You're not they're not living your life. They don't have your experience of being you. Only you know who you are. And even then, good God, who knows, right? Right? You ever wake up one day and go, who's this? What the fuck am I? Ah. That's okay. Oh, I want to show you this. This is a cool, awesome little cup. Yes, that's wine. White wine. It's perfect for a shaman. A shaman in pearls. You know, one day I'm going to tell you what a shaman is. Oh, we can do that today. Yeah, it'd be a good story. So in conclusion, on the shoulding thing, there's a difference between criticizing and offering ideas. And that's in the feeling of what they're giving you in that information. Someone who's criticizing you needs you to make that change in your life. They need you to listen to them. They may or may not actually need you to do what they're saying to do, but they need you to listen to them. So with those people, you just say, here's the secret. Now I'm about to give away the big secret. Crap. I hadn't planned on that. Here's the secret. You just tell them what they said, and then ask them, did I get that right? And if they're asking you to do something ridiculous, they're going to hear it. If they just need to be heard, they're going to feel heard, and they're going to stop irritating you about it. And if they're talking to somebody else, that may not help you. Sorry. I just kind of blank out the whole time when people are talking to somebody else while they're talking to me. It's very odd. It's very odd. It's very hard to identify to sometimes. So, they either need that, and just say back to them what they said to you, which can be very tricky if that person is saying some shitty things to you. Very tricky. Or they're actually offering you some wisdom. The wisdom happens when, first of all, it's applicable. Second of all, when you feel like, wait, what? I don't understand that. That's when you know you've happened upon some wisdom. You can't gain wisdom from something you already know. Hello? I'm pretty proud of that one. Yeah, that was fun. But the feeling that they are portraying in their communication of that piece of knowledge is very different. The two could be saying the exact same thing about your life, but because one of them needs you to hear them and the other one doesn't really care whether you hear it or not, but offers it in a kind and loving way, and then backs off. It says, here you go. This is what I got for you. I don't know if you can use it. Because you can't get wisdom from somebody who just needs to be heard. That's about them, not you. So that was my conclusion. Story time. Shamans. Did you know that some people think that I am a poser? Yeah. Oh, you're a white woman. You have yellow in your hair. You can't be a shaman. That's disrespectful to native tribal peoples. So, yes, I'm gonna sew this one because, hold on. Oh, my fancy kick-ass wine cup. Shaman is not an indigenous term. Shaman is a white people term. Yeah. So anthropologists went to see indigenous people from where they live. When they went to see them, they had this, every village had a town crazy person. And it was usually called in their native tongue something like a medicine person. Because that person would be not only a psychologist, they would also be herbalist, they would be spiritual, they would be the doctor of the town. But in every single way. Anthropologists didn't know what the hell to do with that, because that was 4 different people as far as they were concerned. So they just called it town crazy person and shaman for short. So, yeah, that's where that comes from. That's where that comes from. Now, here's the other thing. What was it, 1100 AD? All the women got murdered in Europe because they were doing shamanism. Which is why the term medicine person kind of got like, the whole concept got like removed from the white people vocabulary. Because anyone practicing that kind of thing, any woman who could read even, they were being killed and murdered, burned at the stake, drowned, whatever. They were pointless. So now here we are in modern day feminism, and white women have no idea who the hell we are. Because it used to be, oh, you know, you're Irish, you're Italian, German, English descent, you knew you came over Ellis Island, or you came over in the 1600s, blah, blah, blah. For white people, that's what it was. And then the melting pot thing happened, right? So white women aren't even allowed to talk about the herbalism. No, we don't know who the hell we are. All right, that's what it comes down to. So, as a result, white women are notoriously accused of, I forget that word, but that thing where you do the thing where you steal other people's cultures and bullshit like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna remember it. It's fine. It's fine. No, I'm still trying to remember it. Yeah. So, white women are notoriously accused of this. That's fair, because we don't know who the hell we are. So we're running around trying to figure out who we are through other people's cultures. What are you gonna do? We gotta reverse engineer who we are. So that's why I call myself a shaman, because that's what I did. I ran around, I tried to understand other people's cultures and tried to understand what little semblance of female culture of, Europe that I could find. And it ended me up somewhere in between paganism and the Celts and, I don't know, old movies about vampires, I guess. Because that's the only herbalists, the only shamans that have been allowed in our paleness. But that's not the only thing that I've done. I've made sure to understand the commonalities between multiple types of cultures, whether it's from a food aspect or from a spirituality aspect or from a like how to be a human aspect, or it's from an herbal aspect. There's so many different kinds of plants in the world, and there's so many similar kinds of plants that are important to different indigenous cultures. Two different plants, but they have similar constituents, and they're on the other sides of the world from each other. And that to me is fascinating. How can you independently find almost the exact same molecule in two very different plants? That's amazing. Or have almost the same practices from a food standpoint and an importance of different foods that have similar constituents. Good God, they didn't have chemistry. They couldn't figure out like how much B vitamins is in something. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I find information, I'm gonna share it. And that's what I do. Everything's a mirror. So yeah, this is a long video. That's my story though. That's how I became a shaman. I just paid attention to other people's cultures and what works and what doesn't work. Because the point is healing. When we heal ourselves, then we can have enough mental capacity to help others. You can't help anyone if you're dying. Even if it's like a really slow 60-year death. I don't know. But yeah. I'm glad you came over. This is my hallway and stairs. That's a room. But yeah. Stop by anytime. I got a lot of videos on yoni eggs. If you're not that interested in yoni eggs, that's cool. That is cool. We gotta talk about regular crystals though. Yeah, I feel like that needs to happen now. That's what we're gonna do. Alright. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow and I don't know, share. That'd be cool. If you had fun, I had fun. I don't know if you could tell. But if you had fun, then do the things that get other people to watch it so that, you guys can enjoy it together. And tell me about it, because I really want to know. I really want to know. Yeah. Night streaming's fun. Alright. Y'all have a good night, and I will talk to you soon.